So I have been using the iTrackbites app for about a week now. Oh, and I just wanted to let you know, this is in no way sponsored. As you guys know, I just recently canceled my Weight Watchers app because and I'll kind of go into a little bit of that just very briefly, but I am trying to save money. And I know it's only $20 a month, but those $20 do add up. And I was spending $240 a month on that when I could be using that in other places. And I am just trying to cut corners everywhere I can right now. And I do not go to meetings because there's really no meetings that would fit into my schedule. I live in a small area. I think there's only like 3 meetings even in my town, and none of them are on the weekend. None of them are at times that I can make it to them. So I always had to be an online member. And lately, since Freestyle started, I am really kind of on the fence whether or not Freestyle is a program for me. And I did really well on Smart Points. And so I am thinking that is one thing that this iTrackbites will allow me to do, is do the other Weight Watcher programs that are out there if I don't want to continue on with Freestyle. So basically that's kind of why I started using the iTrackbites app. So I am going to just show you kind of an overview up here on the screen. I'm going to record my screen. I'm using my iPad because that records on a pretty large screen. So I will just go over all the features of it. I put a thing out there on Instagram and on my community tab asking what you guys want to see. There's only one question I cannot answer, and Kat over at Cat on Point asked me about how she said that she synced her iTrackbites app to her Fitbit, and ever since she did that, she cannot see her calories anymore. And since I don't have a Fitbit, I cannot recreate that problem. So I'm sorry, Kat, I can't answer that for you. But everybody else they gave me the certain things they wanted to see, so I'm gonna include all that in here, plus just kind of give you a big overview of it. And let's just jump right in because I have been loving this and I just want to share it with you guys. Okay, so let me get my screen shared here. So like I said, I do have the Pro version. So one of the things, I think the first thing I'm going to go into overall is just to kind of talk about what the difference is between the free version and the Pro version. So the Pro features are that it includes the Flex plan, which is like the Freestyle plan. And I'll go more into the plans here in a little bit. Also gives you access to the online food database, restaurant guide, snack guide, beer guide. You can build and share recipes. You have access to the calories and macro tracking, access to the community, and you have the ability to add your Fitbit to do Fitbit step tracking. Also to connect it to any Apple Health device you have, and you can export your logs. So that is the difference between the Pro. For me, the Pro, what I wanted the Pro for was the Flex plan and for the recipe databases or for the online food databases and the recipe builder. So let's just go over first to the settings. So the little button here on the side, like the little, what do they call those? I'm not sure, but I'll have a little arrow to it. So this brings you into your profile. So over here, you can change your name. Your username, you can only change it one time from what I understand. You can do a little tell about yourself thing, your email, your gender, your birthday, how tall you are, and if you want to show progress on there. Over here is where you pick your weight loss plan. So you have your profile over here, your weight loss plan. So this is where you choose your weight loss plans. So you go into there, and I have the Bites Flex is what I have selected. It even tells you, helps you focus on limiting sugar, and it says it's based on calories, saturated fat, sugar, protein, including the 200 plus additional 0 bites food. So this is like the Freestyle. Bites Smart is like Smart Points. So we do still have Smart Points on Freestyle, but it was called the Smart Points program before. Bites Plus would be like the Points Plus program. Bites Classic would be the Classic program. And if you just want to do calories, you can do calories as well. But you can do more than one, and I'll show you how you do more than one. So it kind of tells you, like, Bites Classic is based on calories, fat, and fiber. Plus is based on protein, carbs, fat, and fiber. Smart Points is calories, saturated fat, sugar, and protein. So whatever is what your body loses best at is where you want to look at those different plans. So again, I have iTrackbites Flex. This next one where it says carryover, that's where if you click on that, it'll tell you can roll over up to 4 unused points from your daily allowance to your weekly allowance, which is what Freestyle does. So you can turn that off and on. Your activity level, you can choose that. I'm really probably more actually sedentary, but we'll just keep it at light. Your fitness goal, lose weight, maintain weight. So if you're in maintenance mode, you can use that. Your goal weight, your starting weight, your start date. Now, down here under daily allowances, I have it set to give me the allowances itself. So this is going to be what I would get also if I was using the Weight Watcher app. Now I still have the Weight Watcher app because mine has not expired yet. Also, they're giving me another free month. They do this every time I cancel. So anyway, I am still going to keep it until I have it and just keep comparing it and make sure everything looks the same. But if you do put it on manual, then you can go in here and pick your own points and your own calories and all that. So, but right now I have it set where it tells me, that way I know it's set the same place that Weight Watchers would set it. So that's everything under the weight loss plan setting. Under reminders, this is where you can get notifications. If you want to get any notifications, I'm assuming this is going to notify you to track your food, this is great. I don't know if Weight Watchers has this kind of thing. It possibly does. I just have never utilized it if it does. So actually, weekly weigh-in, I do need a reminder to put that into the app. I don't forget to weigh in, but sometimes I forget to track it, so I'm going to put that on there. But everything else, I'm really good about tracking. So I'm going to hit save on that. Under settings, this is where you can change if you have pounds, kilograms, stones, so for wherever you are located in the world. Same with height. This is when your week starts, so this would be like your weigh-in day. This is how you want to use your allowance. So this is same as the Weight Watcher app. You want to use weeklies first, activity first, or if you want to manually redeem them. I don't know if Weight Watchers has manually redeem. I always say I don't use my activity allowance. And then secondary metrics. So this is what comes in where you can also do your calories or your macros. So right now I have it set on calories, but I'll show you what both look like. So macros, I'll set it to that for right now. If you want to use decimals on your things, I don't use them. This app icon badge, honestly, I didn't look up to see what that was. So I'm going to hit save on this. This is where you can connect down here under Health Kit or under Fitbit. This is where you connect your devices. This is also a part of the Pro features, exporting your logs. So if you want to export your logs, it exports it into a CSV file, which I don't know. I work with those files at work, so I'm familiar with them, but basically they're like an Excel spreadsheet. Then there's a really good help center, so you can go in there and just look for just different frequently asked questions and whatnot, which I utilize this quite a bit. You can email them if you want to email them a problem with your app. I'm not sure what restore purchases are. I'm assuming, I don't want to push that because I don't know what it does. I'm assuming like maybe if you purchase something within the app and you lost it, maybe you click that. I'm not sure. Then we have the usual legal stuff on there. So I'm going to go back to the home screen. So down here at the bottom, these little buttons are this is like your home screen. Click that off for now. I don't want to give any feedback at this point. This is your progress charts on here. And this is the community, which I haven't really had a chance to go in there right now, but we'll go in there here in a little bit. And then again, back to the settings. So on here, I'm going to show you what this screen looks like. First, I'll point out where the macros are at. So I'll have arrows pointing out where all the macros are at. And I'm going to go back a day where I actually have things tracked. I haven't had anything to track today, so that's why there's nothing on there. So you'll see, and I'll kind of put little things where the macros are at. Now I'm going to go back and put it on calories super quick, and you guys can see where the calories are at that, because right now that's what I'm tracking are calories. But it is interesting. You can go back and forth, and you can kind of see where you were all week. Let me go back, like Wednesday. That's where I was at Wednesday with everything. I had 23 points, but you can see I had 66% of protein, 34% carb, and 59% fat. So you see it just does all those. And this day I had a 24 point day. So I'll kind of go through all that again, but let me show you what it looks like with calories. Okay, just switch back to calories. Calories is really kind of what I'm looking at right now, just because I'm just kind of curious to see how many calories I have compared to how many points I have. So let's go to a day that I did really good on tracking. Okay. I don't know what happened Thursday, you guys. So Wednesday I did really good tracking. So I used 23 points. So as you can see here on the screen, I'll have little arrows. This one that says activity earned, of course, is like if I had anything attached to it or if I manually tracked my activity. So I could put when I do workouts, I can put my activity in here. You just pick what workout you have. Say I did just regular. See, I don't even know how I would record some of my stuff, but let's just say I did a walk. So walking, just a moderate walking, and then I could put the date, how long it was for. Say I did 30 minutes, put that in there, and then it would tell you that was how many I earned 4 activity points. So that's what that would tell you. So that's where that changes. The middle number in the middle is how many daily points you have remaining. So like today, I have 23 because that's how many points I get. So I have 23 remaining. Over here off to the right is how many weeklies you have remaining. So I have 26 weeklies remaining because I did use some weeklies yesterday. I used 39 points yesterday. So this also there in the center is how many points you've used. So the green is up to how many points you're allowed. Anything in the red is what you've gone over. The thing at the top that says flex, that's the plan you have chosen. So that'll change for whatever plans that you are having. That's if you're using smart points, it'll say smart on there. If it says plus, it'll say plus. So this I'm using the flex plan. So as you can see, it's, but here's the thing that is interesting. So I used 39 points yesterday, but I only used 1,013 calories. So it is interesting how it comes up with that. Back on Wednesday, I did 828 calories. So I'm not sure if all that is really correct. I need to plug everything into MyFitnessPal and find out how correct the calorie counting is on here. But everything else matches the Weight Watcher app. So I just want to let you guys know that for sure. So one thing, I want to show you guys how to add in food. So down here at the bottom, you have all these things. So there's the big plus sign. This is where you can track activity, track your food, track your weight. You can scan something, you can calculate something, and there's checks. Now, let me show you also, you can also scan up here, of course. That's a barcode scanner up there. Go back out of that, and it works really well, by the way. This is like, again, where you go track your activity, track your food. Okay. So one thing I definitely recommend is that you add things to your favorites. So the first box you're going to see here is going to be recent. So that's anything that you've recently used. Then let me type something in. So let me type in like chicken because I want to show you guys something that I have noticed. So recent, this chicken breast fillet, and it says 4 ounces. It says it's 1 bite. I don't know why it doesn't come up as 0, but it's not. But one thing that you can do is you can go on here, and if you know it's a 0 bite food, you can just toggle that over to 0 bite food. Also, I think this is a way you can track simply filling. You can do filling food. I guess that's what that means. I'm not sure because it doesn't take the points away like 0 bite food does. Also, in this next one is Pocket Guide, which is theoretically where 0 point foods would show up. So this says jerk chicken breast. I guess that it would be a 0 point food. I'm not sure why it's called jerk chicken breast. I have no idea. USDA, that is just that's the online food database. And then online, again, is another online food database. So all of those are going to show all the calories on anything that's the USDA, and the online food database is going to be based on nutritional information. So that's what all those are. You go over to your favorites. This is where you can add favorites. So somebody did send me, what kind was it? Somebody sent me on Instagram and showed me a chicken breast that was coming up 0, and it was an HEB. We don't have HEB here, but she was showing that to me, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in. See, it says in water, but I don't see like a fresh chicken breast. I don't know. I just toggle it over to 0 Bites Food. So if any of you have a chicken breast that you see that is showing up as 0, I probably can just possibly scan the chicken breast that I have in my refrigerator, and that would probably work. So that's the only thing so far that I have found. But other things, like you type in apple, and it all shows up as 0, but right here it shows up as 4. So that's my only thing. Like, I don't know why why it does not show up as 0 points. I have to look more into that. Under this, I have apples, fresh, frozen, canned, or without sugar. Okay, that's 0 points. So that one works. So I'm not sure if it's because these are calculating on nutritional information. That's one thing I read, that everything besides the pocket guide is the one that would show 0 Bite Foods from what I read. Everything in USDA and online is based on nutritional information, so that's why it shows up as points. So I hope that makes sense, but that seems to be it. But if you can find one with 0, or you just toggle over to 0 Point Foods. This is also, like, I typed in apple, you see these restaurants come up. There's also another place you can find restaurants, so I'll show you that. So in favorites, so to add something to your favorites, so let's go ahead and grab this one that says fresh, frozen, or canned without added sugar. So it's already 0 points. You just press that little heart up there. That makes it a 0 bite. That makes it a favorite food. That makes it a favorite. So you just press that little heart. That'll show up in your favorites now. So when I go over to favorites, it's right there along with my avocado. So things that I use on an everyday basis, or every week basis, I should say, all of those are going to show up on there. And it's just easier to find. You can just go track my food. I'm not sure how this got in here. I think I manually typed this into the nutritional information when I was trying to figure out how to use it. That's the only thing I can think of as what my food is. Recipes, these are recipes that I have done. I'm going to build a recipe with you guys and show you how to build a recipe. But these are some recipes that I have already built in the recipe builder. So that's the only thing that's going to show up under recipes, are ones that you build. We have brands. These are going to be, this is part of the pro version. You have all these restaurants, you have different snacks, beers, that kind of thing. So we can go over, like, I don't have half these restaurants because I live in a small town. So let's find one that we do have here. We do have an Applebee's. I can go into there. I never go there, but so you can see here it has all the points. Plus up here it says bar snacks, beverages. So you can search for all those ones, and it just shows you only just the chicken items. So if you want to look ahead of time and see what you want to have, this is a really good way to do that. So anyway, so that's how you do the restaurants. That's very super simple. I love that. The snacks is also kind of a fun thing because it breaks it down by category. Plus you get a picture of it. So you could do chips, and you could look at the different chips, like baked Cheetos. We know how good these baked Cheetos are. Those baked Cheetos, you guys, are amazing. Have them someday. So they are so good. So anyway, you can do like energy drinks, cookies, and you just have to click off of them so you don't have all of them show up. But yeah, that's how you do that. And it's just really great. Beers, I'm not really a big drinker by any means, but you can look and see how many bites or points that those are. So that's how you track your food. The calculator, I did have somebody ask if you could do a quick add. So this is the actual calculator. So this is if you have a product, and this is what I'm thinking I must have done with that yogurt. I don't remember that. I know it's terrible. I don't remember that, but I don't. This is where you can just type in to see how many points something is if you can't find it in the database, or if you're maybe doubting that the database is giving you a correct answer. So that's what I do sometimes. Oh, I forgot to show you down here with the meals. So you have, of course, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and these are snacks. So just like Weight Watchers. Let's see, and there's on here too. You can see, let me go to a day I haven't tracked anything. So let's go to today. So you can see it says breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, activity. You can also add notes in here if you want to add a note for the day when you go to track something. So let's just, oh, I did have a coffee. So let's go in and track my coffee. Now I got it at a place I know is not in here, but I got skim milk and it was just a grande. So I'm assuming it's probably 8 ounces of skim milk. So I'm just going to type in milk here. Search for it here, skim. I'm going to go ahead and favorite it because I do have that. So I'm going to do 8 ounces, 3 bites. I'm just going to put it for breakfast and hit track. And then we go back out and there it is right there, and it shows a 3, says I have 20 remaining, and that's that. Oh, let me show you the calendar real quick. Now, you guys, if any of you who do the blue dot challenge, they have green dots on here. So as you can see, like the days here that I have green dots, those are the days that I was within my healthy range. I'm not sure how it figures up your healthy range because I believe it was on one of these days I used only like 12 points, and for some reason I did not think that that was, should have been a dot. Oh, right there. Oh no, that wasn't dot. Okay, so maybe it's right. Maybe it is right. Okay. Because I could have sworn it showed green. It's kind of hard to see. That's my only thing I don't like about this. It is really kind of hard to see the dots, as you can tell. But, you know, it's still a really good program. I'm still really liking it. So let's build a recipe. Oh, let me show you the checks. These are what the checks are. So you can go through and you can mark. I just started this yesterday. I have to tell you guys, honestly, I just found this yesterday and I loved it. So I did do it yesterday, so I have my water, although I drank more than just 6 glasses of water, but that's all they have on here. Your fruits and vegetables, your dairy, your lean protein, your oil, whole grains, and multivitamins. So I think at one point, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure at one point Weight Watchers had something that was like this, where you had your oil. I don't know. This was before, like, I didn't start Weight Watchers until 2016 when it was Smart Points. So I don't know. I just thought I heard that there was something that where you had like healthy checks or something like that. So I think that's where that comes from. Again, for those of you that are old school Weight Watchers, let me. Now I had somebody asking about Quick Add, and I cannot figure out how to do Quick Add without having to type in all the calories and everything. So as you can see, I went in through, like say I was trying to just do a dinner from last night or something, and I go into food, I go into Quick Add. You have to type in the name, calories, and all that. So I don't know. That part's, and then it figures it up, your bites up there. So I can't figure out a place that you can just type in your own bites or points. I'm going to kind of play around with that a little bit more, but I did for a long time. I looked up in the help thing. I could not figure it out. So for those of you who are iTrackbites users, if you know a way that you can just manually type in how many points something was, let us know. That would be great to know. And again, I will play around with it a little bit more, and I will update you guys in one of my just regular videos if I figured out how to do that. Okay, so one of the things I want to make sure I do is show you guys how to create a recipe. So I'm going to go press this little square down there. I'm going to go to food. We're going to go to recipes. We're going to go to create recipe. So I'm just going to show you, like, I'm going to make a spaghetti squash with 0 point marinara, which I don't have that recipe in here yet, but I will have it in, but I'll just leave it out for now. I just want to show you just kind of basically how you do it. So this serves probably about 4 people. It's going to be for dinner. That part I don't think really matters too much. Add ingredients, so we're going to add a spaghetti squash. Which should be a 0, but it looks like it's not going to come up as 0. So this is the part that I really don't understand too much, but I'm going to show you guys where you can also find a list of 0 bite foods on here. So I'm just going to pick one because I guess these are all fresh ones. I'm not sure. So we're going to toggle over to 0 bite because we know it's 0. I'm going to add that. Another thing that's going to be in here is the ground turkey. It's only so far the 0 point foods that are not coming out correctly. So the only thing I have is 93.7 turkey. So I'm going to have that. It's going to be the whole thing. So I'm going to do 16 ounces on that. So that is added. That's all I'm going to do for right now because I don't have that marinara sauce in here. So that's how you add that in. You can put this other stuff in there if you like, the details, the description, adding steps. I never do that. Even when I had Weight Watchers app, I didn't do that. And then you just hit save and there you go. It's right there. It's 2 ingredients. It's going to show you 2 ingredients, going to show you that. 1 serving is 4 bites. I can post it for today if I want. You can write the recipe. It shows you your calories, your fat, your carbs, your protein on all that. And then it also breaks down the nutritional information. So another thing you can do is you can share it on the community. Oops. You can share it on social. So you can, you can do all that. So I'm not gonna do that because it's not really a complete recipe. You can edit it and you can delete it as well. So that is all you do with the recipes, and then you go in here, you can find it in your recipes, but I put it in my favorites, so I should be able to find it in my favorites. There it is right there. So that is how you build a recipe. I was going to show you though very quickly, one last thing, how you can find a list of zero bite foods. So if you go into the settings, you go down into the help center and type in here zero bite foods, and then it's going to have a whole list right here. This is the complete list of zero bite foods. So if they don't come up on the screen, you know that these are the zero bite foods, which is the same as the 0 point foods on Weight Watchers. So you can have either one of these lists. So what I have it saved on my phone, so I'm going to go ahead and save it on my iPad. Oh, I don't want to have to go through all that while I'm recording this for you, but you can do that. So anyway, that's a whole list of that. So if you're ever like thinking you're crazy that you know is 0 bite or 0 point, but you can't find it on there, then you know that's what it's for. So I think that was everything that I was asked and everything. Oh, well, let's go through the community super quickly. I mean, this is already a long video, so why not? So here is, so you go into the community tab, and this is what it is. So just, it's kind of like Connect. I never was really involved with Connect, only as I barely have time for Instagram and Facebook. So, but this is what it is. So it's just a community where you can interact with other people. So I have a feeling it's probably just exactly like Connect. You can still get support if you're not an Instagram person. So there you go. It has the same type of thing. So I hope that answered everyone's questions that they had about iTrackbites. I know this was just a kind of a long video, but I just really wanted to show you all the steps to it and to show you that it is something that's easy to use. And I'm hoping that you guys saw that it is an advantage to go for the pro version. Like I said, my only frustration is over the 0 bite foods. Maybe I'm just looking at it wrong. You guys let me know if you've had a different experience with them and you're not having any trouble finding them. Maybe it's just me. Again, I've only been using this for a week, but I am enjoying it so far. So let me know down in the comment section if you have any other questions I can answer, and I can look for them for you before you take the plunge and go for iTrackbites. I'll be happy to answer any questions. Let me know if there's something I missed or something that I maybe misspoke about. Like I said, I just haven't been using it for a whole long time, and I know a lot of you have been using this for quite a while. Right now, the pro price is $35.99 for the entire year. I know that one time around the holidays, it was on sale for like $4.99 for the entire year. I don't know if that was a locked-in price for lifetime, but if it was, you guys got lucky. But $35.99, I've been paying $240 a year for Weight Watchers, so I am excited to try this out and see what I think. So anyway, let me know what you guys thought of this video, and again, if there's anything I should have added, let me know, and I will talk to you all in the next one. Bye, guys.